Hello, dear friends. It's wonderful to be here once again, having the opportunity to learn, grow, and always try to put into practice what we learn here today. And we are on chapter 52, and it is titled Gifts. And in James chapter 1, verse 17, it says, "Every good and perfect gift comes from above." Life on earth will take a new course when people finally realize that unless God has granted it, they can possess nothing good. A wise old saying goes, "Do your part and the Lord will help you." Recognizing the lofty meaning of this exhortation, we are compelled to realize that even regarding the acquisitions of professional titles, people are still God's children who must work hard for a number of years so that the Father may grant them a certificate of competence through human teachers. As with material achievements, the same applies to the achievements of the Spirit. Obviously, every good and perfect gift comes from God. However, for us to receive the benefit, we have to knock at the door so that it may open to us. According to the gospel recommendation, do you want the gift of healing? Then begin by loving the sick and being interested in providing for their needs. Do you want the gift of teaching? Befriend those who teach on behalf of the Lord through works and uplifting words. Do you wait? Do you await the gift of virtuousness? Then discipline yourself. Do you want to speak wisely? Learn to be silent at the right moment. Do you desire access to the sacred circles of Christ? Then get close to him, not only by means of uplifting conversations, but also through a self-denying attitude similar to his when he lived on the earth. Such excellent qualities are gifts that come from God. Even so, each one of them has its own door and requires a different key. Wow. This chapter reminds us that all the blessings that we have, the talents, the gifts that we have, it is all a blessing from God. Because when he allows us to receive those gifts, we are also able to put into practice all of those gifts received. But it's also important to know that the gifts received are part of a whole, I would say, the whole package, right? Because the other part of it is the efforts that we put, the work that we put forth so that we are able to really receive and utilize those gifts to help others. For example, the gift of healing. Emmanuel says, "Do you want the gift of healing? Then begin by loving the sick and being interested in providing for their needs." So the work always needs to be there. Because with the work, we are able to learn, to grow, to expand. And we are able to create a foundation where we are able to put forth the ability to use those gifts. And I really appreciate when Emmanuel says, obviously, every good and perfect gift comes from God. However, for us to receive the benefit, we have to knock at the door so that it may open to us according to the gospel recommendation. And what doors are we knocking? Have we stopped to think about this aspect of our lives? What are we in search of? What do we see ourselves doing? And if it's in healing, are we knocking at the door of healing? But at the same time, are we making ourselves, I would say, ready enough to be able to work in the healing area of life? Do we really care for the sick? Do we really want to see them heal? What are our true interests in the healing modalities and healing opportunities in life? So thinking about all the details, so crucial for us to be able to utilize the gift of healing, right? Are we being selfish when we work in the area of healing? And those little questions are crucial to understand where we fit and that we can apply to every other area of our lives. It says over here, do you want the gift of teaching? Befriend those who teach on behalf of the Lord through works and uplifting words. That's amazing. And I also like this one. Do you want to speak wisely? Learn to be silent at the right moment. Sometimes it's not about adding, but really using what we have and using silence. It's definitely a game changer. Have you practiced being silent in the right moment? Have you practiced now reacting, but just staying quiet and listening, even when you know the answer? Let's try to do that this week and see how it works for us. I'm going to try to do that more often. Yeah? And with that being said, let's close our eyes. Thank God for the wonderful experiences that we are having, the opportunity to be here together in a community of learners, of researchers, of Christ's teachings, as also humans that are living here on the planet Earth, but sees life as a spiritual life, knowing that this body is just a garment that we use to live on the planet Earth, and knowing that taking care of this garment, it's crucial and it's so important for us to be able to utilize the gifts that God gives to us. With that being said, let's visualize our body receiving all the healing that comes from the spiritual world, whatever situation you're going through. If you're sick, have any illnesses, any pain or aches, let's visualize the light on top of us, covering us with all its purity, feeling the nourishment of this light entering every pores of our physical body, harmonizing our whole system, guiding us to be able to pay attention to what is calling for our attention. Visualize in whatever area in our body that needs healing. This energy, as it is penetrating in that area, you feel light, you feel calm. More and more, you experience peace, asking God to grant us the opportunity in this moment to lessen the pain. And if it's your will, God. Allow whatever we are experiencing to be healed in our physical body, giving us the opportunity to be able to be healthy, be able to work, be able to be attuned with ourselves, learning from our mistakes, helping us to take our physical body with the highest honor possible, treating it with care. And we ask you, Jesus, thank you so much for the opportunity to follow your footsteps as much as possible. You are the master of gifts because you too worked for millions of years developing and creating wonderful things and co-creating with the help of God. Help us to be able to do the same. Allow us to take care of our physical body, but also our spirit. Be able to learn how to co-create love and peace and calmness and silence as well. You taught us so much when you took your moments to meditate. Help us to be able to do that as well so that we can get in tune with our inner selves, us as spirits, and then also in tune with our physical body and its basic demands that needs care, attention, trying to avoid or just eat better as much as possible, better food, and but also paying attention to always share with those that don't have in this moment, caring for those that are facing financial difficulties. And we pray also for the whole world, for the psychosphere of the planet Earth, to be able to be calm in this moment. All of us to calm our hearts, hopefully to beat in the same rhythm of love, of forgiveness, of cooperation under the universal family love and guidance from God and our Master Jesus. Thank you so much. Bless our family members, our loved ones, our friends. Bless everyone in the planet Earth, incarnated and discarnated. Thank you so much, Master Jesus. Bless Kardec Radio. Bless all the directors, the participants. Bless this wonderful medium that is Kardec Radio, that has been helping us for so many years. This, I would say, this bright light that is Kardec Radio, that shines to us through different ways of learning, of communicating with one another, of engaging with the teachings of Jesus Christ. Thank you for everything. So be it. Alrighty, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see each other again next Thursday. God bless. Bye now.